You're such an asshole.
I wanted to say personally, I'm offended and appalled you would ask this question, sir. And on behalf of women everywhere, I am personally offended as well that you dare ask this question, sir, knowing full well you have committed the sin of not being 6 feet tall. How dare you, sir? Dare you, I say. But you paid me, so I am going to, against my nature. It's the most painful consultation I've ever had to do when we obviously know that you are wrong. You're an evil person. How dare you be 5'9", sir? Hello, asshole. I think I already know what your response may be, but I just want to hear it anyway in a video. I think it'll be entertaining. Thanks. You did videos in the past for me about trucking business and moving back with folks. I read a couple of your books. Big fan. I listened to you while trucking. Keep me entertained. Well, thank you for driving. Thanks for driving all the stuff from China to Walmart. Keep me anonymous. Please take it easy on me. Here's a little background. From 13 to 18, I was horribly shy, even got made fun of. I had opportunities in my face, and I would get nervous, shy, and screw it all up. Then hate myself for years. At 18, we moved to a new town. I didn't know a soul. Figured it's new, me, fresh start. Got buff. There you go. There you go. Gained some personal swagger, and slowly, big wave of confidence game. So 18 till about 28, I could hit on every girl that I saw at the store, mall, gym, anywhere with no shame. Most were rejections, fake numbers, but some were big successes. Yes, this is, now I know we're joking, of course, about your height, but you're the average height of an average American. And I've even talked to Troy Francis about this because he was curious about the book of numbers. Like, what was the number one thing that got you girls? Because I'm 5'9", I'm not tall. And the number one thing was volume. And like you, the vast majority were failures. I'd say, about 70%, 75%. Even Roosh in the top of his day would close 40%. I think Troy is probably around the same. The majority of women would shoot you down, but because you asked, you made up for that in numbers. And so you've empirically experienced that, so you know. I was also on every app back then, and they were free, and I would spend hours a day messaging, getting chicks' numbers, etc. Not to brag, I ended chilling, hooking up with more chicks than most guys would dream of or even believe possible. Right? You did the work. You went to the gym and you asked a lot of girls out. That's it. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong answer, but let's be honest. You put a lot of time at the gym. You sent a picture. Yeah, you were jacked. And then you spent hours. We are talking a part-time job of about 15 to 20 hours a week if you want to get the girls up. And I totally understand, especially if you're in college or in the military, you're in the middle of fixing up a house, or you have other major obligations that you have to get through, like trying to escape poverty, trying to pay off debt, trying to work 2 jobs, working overtime. The pursuit of women, you just don't have the time for it. Not if it comes at tremendous sacrifice that usually your finances, your career, your education, or something else. But you did put in the work and you did have results. It's just, is that worth 20 hours a week? Where'd I go? Hang on. 28 to present, which is 34. I started working more, going to bed early, being more responsible. Yeah, you can only do it for so long, right? Trucking is long hours that I just didn't have it in me to do what I used to. You didn't have the time. Now you got a full-time job and you're sitting there driving. Yeah, that takes energy. Plus the app started changing, so I deleted them all one by one. Also, I don't go out late to bars or clubs. I'm up early, slowly lost my buffness. My priorities have shifted to my child, my parents, saving, making money, getting my wisdom up, just trying to be my best version. Right. So your shift went from getting laid to you. What's in your best interest? Sometimes that's a congruent and similar. Those are both, you want to get laid because that's what you want. So they could, improving yourself is also getting laid. But as you get older, and it sounds like you got a kid, you got some other obligations, other people, not to mention your health and your career. Yeah. These are, you know what you're becoming? You're becoming a wise man. You're saying that tail ain't worth it. I need to get my health. Look at you. What are you prioritizing? Sleep, health, career? You're not going out getting alcohol. You got a child. By God, sir, you're becoming a ward cleaver. By this time, there should have been a wife in tow, but we all know how that goes. Right? But yeah, there's nothing wrong so far. Pussy is not the number one thing in the world. Well, for some men it is, especially if you're younger. Okay, for younger men it is. But after a while, man, you cannot, I've said it before, ladies, you cannot make the pursuit of you cost men their lives. You just can't. Men got to live, they got to survive. And men will destroy their lives many times or severely cripple it pursuing you. You're being wise. Like, nope, I want a good night's rest. I want a relationship with my child. I want to help out my folks or spend time with your folks. You want a career. You want good finances. You don't want to be poor. Good for you. Good for you. Girls, where have all the good men gone? I'm sure when you tell this to women, they all line up, right? They're like, what a wise, intelligent, responsible man. Look at him being very intelligent and judicious with his resources. That's the type of man I should hook up with on a permanent basis, right? You just got to be, how many marriage requests do you get each month? 10, 12? How do you keep them away? Now 34, it seems like it's getting impossible to meet anyone or hang out, fun, or just travel, adventure partner, NSA. All right, that's because you have other obligations, which is fine, more important obligations. And yes, the pond you were once fishing in, I mean, we're going back roughly 10 years ago. That pond has changed into a sewer. At one time, online dating, you could have some success. Yeah, a lot actually. In the past, girls were more willing to go out than they are now. They weren't they weren't all like yes all the time, as you knew, but you did have some success, more success than you thought you'd have. However, times have changed in a mere short 10 years. And so your perceptions are not wrong. So the amount of effort and time you had to put into to have the success with the women you did back in your physical prime is going to be even more now. And the success will be less. Women's interest in men was never that high to begin with, and I would also add is decreasing over time. And socially, you talk about social stuff. Yeah, people just don't go out anymore. I miss the old times to an extent. Also, I'm more picky now. Prawn is not a good solution either. Neither are hookers. I refuse to go full MGTOW, refuse to pay and spend hours on apps, but the market is horrible and it's dangerous to do public approach how I once did. Well, how bad was it? I mean, how aggressive were you? I know there's things that I wouldn't do today that I did in the past, because it probably would be socially, it'd be a social faux pas. I wouldn't like, don't be one of, oh my God, they're all going to accuse me of fake raisining and they're going to put me on the internet on blast. Shut up. You've never asked out a girl in your life. I think that those fears you're overly concerned about those fears. You can still ask girls out, and where else are you supposed to ask them out? Online, that's a waste of time. All right, you got to do it in person. You have experience doing it, so just hey, you want to get a coffee sometime? I know this is not your expertise, but please rip apart this email. What's your take on the situation? I have nothing to rip apart. You're becoming a wise man and you have a good head on your shoulders because you're prioritizing things that you should prioritize over women. The only thing I would disagree with you here is, why not get prostitutes? No, seriously, why not? We've done the math a million times, whether you want to look at dating or you want to look at marriage and the inevitable consequential divorce or not. You're paying way more for committed relationships than you do with pros. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. You want to get laid. What's the problem? I mean, the only issue is whether it's legal. So you got to get laid. Why not? Go ahead. And I don't know why you're limiting yourself, but if you have religious or moral qualms about that or reservations, I get that too. But I'd say, tell me what the difference is between a guy that shells out $250,000 in alimony and life or child support. Well, child is one thing, but loses the half. What? I mean, what's the difference? You take a girl out for a $200 dinner, but you don't even get laid there. What is the difference? You're not. We're not. It is the act of prostitution. We're just talking about whether it's barter or cash payments. To which I always say, well, what if you gave her a gift card? Where's that fall? Is that love? Oh, he bought me a $200 dinner and took me on a carriage ride. He spent over $500 on me on a date versus giving you five $100 bills and then you have sex. Where does the gift card? I want to know for you philosophers out there. Oh, if I gave a gal $500 in Amazon gift cards, is that love or is that prostitution? Am I a John or am I just Christian Grey? Where am I? Where do I fall on that? Where do you think I should try to meet girls if internet cold approach pretty much is dead? You're going to have to do cold approach. That's just, the internet is a waste of time. That much we all know. You do not have the time for the internet, especially with your obligations. You're a truck driver. You know what? Start breaking a little bit of the rules. Never ask out the waitress. Fuck you. You're stopping at truck stops, right? So you go through certain towns regularly. I'm sure you have a route, probably scheduled. So you see roughly the same people. If there's the cute girl at the diner, why not ask her out? She's asked out a million times before. Yeah, so she is. All right. So I'm just, if there's a cute girl and I don't think you're going to get in any trouble at all saying, hey, you're cute. Do you have a boyfriend? Or asking if they're single. So it doesn't have to be overly complicated. Like, hey, I'm driving my route, although I don't know how long your route is. I mean, you're not going to drive 400 miles to go take a girl out on a date. So I guess there's that. You just ask girls out in public. Because what? If not the internet, which is pretty much a no-go. Some people have had success with Hinge, I hear. So maybe give that a shot. It's not going to hurt you. But I'm going to set the egg timer to 5 minutes and that's it. But you're gonna have to ask girls out in the real world, and just the simple, innocent, like, hey, are you single? And you're used to it. Oh, I have a boyfriend. No, she doesn't. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'd love to go out. She doesn't show up. You've been here before. You've walked this pond. Yeah, but no, you haven't done anything wrong. With anything, you're doing it right. And I would, just because you're not in your shape anymore that you used to be, you're just gonna, you're not gonna see. In truck driving, here's where Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field, hero of America, he does his exercises, he does burpees and all that, and so you'd have to do your exercises, but also with trucking. And you sent me some pictures here. Let me pull up the pictures. So here's you jacked. Yeah, you did go to the gym. Yeah, and you're a good-looking guy, too. Yep. All right, so you did go to the gym, and here's you without the gym. God damn it, Microsoft, will you just... I honestly, because you got a shirt on, I can't tell. Your face is still thin. So that means to me that at least you're dieting right. And so I would just make sure you keep dieting right. Keep your face thin. Chad sent me a picture from like 8-9 years ago. I'm looking at my face. I'm like, God, was I a skinny, fat fuck back then? I mean, I was cute. Yeah, I got by on my boyish charms. But I look at that. I'm like, man, yeah, look at all that body fat. Stay thin in the face, because that much is diet. You don't have to go to a gym. I know it's really hard to work out as a truck driver. But you look just the same now. And how often do girls see you without your shirt? 5'9" 3/4 in real life, but 6 foot on the dating apps. Laugh out loud. I went from over 200 full muscle to now 172 skinny. All right, so you're not gaining fat. You've just lost mass. I don't think I'll ever get jacked again. Too much stress on working my body. Yeah, you don't have the time for it. Can you be like a svelte trim guy? I think you can. I don't know why you sent me this email when you said you're 5'9" 3/4. How dare you? You have the gall to be 5'9"? You have the audacity to ask girls out? Man, I think the firing squad is too good for you. How dare you? Where do you think I should meet girls if they in public? Should I just say that part of life is over, embrace the past, and move on, being happy that I got out STD and trouble free? Not. I just think you need to shift gears. You don't pursue them as much as you used to. You look. You got a full time job working. You got your kid. You got other life. You don't have time to be going out and partying. And if you happen to see a cute girl, whatever, at the gas station or the library or wherever, ask her out. That's it. And yeah, it's going to be scaled back from when you were, single and swinging and going out every night, obviously. Do I come a personal trainer or a ballroom like you? I can't dance, bro. What, you thought that's the dumbest fucking thing? You should take a dance class, but I don't know how to dance. What don't you understand about class? It's like me, someone saying you should become a nuclear engineer. You should get a degree in nuclear engineering, but I don't know anything about nuclear engineering. No shit. That's why there are things like that you could do. Take a ballroom dance course. Like you'd be the student and there'd be girls in the courses. I don't think you have to become a teacher because there's a whole bunch of obligations on top of that. But if you're in the class, yeah, you'll meet girls. It's not a bad thing. Do I join meetup activity apps with the intention of meeting females? You can do it, but even that's lost its steam. These are variables that you can tweak to give you a plus 5%, plus 10%, plus 20%. But it doesn't change the overall general strategy. You still just have to ask out girls. That's it. It's still a numbers game. And will it help if you went to the gym? Yes. And well, no, you can't ask girls out at the gym. Would it help if you picked up ballroom dancing? Yes. Would it help if you went to yoga with those other girls? Yes. Would it help, become a personal trainer? Do you not have time for that, man? Do you? I know me and Sartain talked about how if your job, some jobs lend themselves well to meeting girls. Obviously, I was a dance instructor. Yes, I got the majority of the tail that way. Mike is essentially a model talent agent. I was going to say broker, which is true. He's a beautiful model agent. He helps women get, and they're all beautiful. And obviously, he does well with women. People who play in a band are up on stage. When I taught economics, statistics at the college level, obviously, when the girls graduated, then peen get touched, not before. So yeah, there are positions and things you can do, but is that going to be conducive to the current life you have now? I don't know. If you had a kid, like a little one, I noticed this when I was out with the nieces and nephews. Holy shit, had I known. You get a little 2-year-old kid. I think it helps if they're girls and they got their little horrifically mismatched color dress and shirt. Just gave you a seizure looking at some of the colors these kids were putting on. And one, she had her little monster purse. Dude, every girl was like, oh my God, is that yours? And when I said, no, it's my niece, then they're like, oh, he's single. And it's like, wow, if I didn't have a girlfriend, I could clean up house. I need you around more often, kid. Can't you use him? Kind of like, a gravity assist. You could try meetup activities. I mean, give it a shot, but don't try more than 3. Go to 3 if they're lame, which I forecast they will be, and lightly attended, then you don't have to go anymore. But yeah, it's tough out there, man. You just see the cute girl, ask her out. That's it. That's the easiest thing right now. Because men don't have time for anything else. You don't have time to be going to a meetup group. I go to a club. If you want to learn salsa dancing for the sake of learning salsa dancing, go. And a benefit would be that. And just so you know, dance scenes go like this. They have cycles. You want to hit it at the peak where there's good looking women. You don't want to be going there when it's all retirees and divorcees going there. And I remember these fat, recently divorced women would come. I want to find a Latin lover. Get the fuck out of here. Just, yeah, you go find a Latin lover. I hope you have a green card in tow because there ain't no Why? What makes you think some in shape Raphael or Javier is going to want to go out with you? What makes you think that? For love. Watching too much fucking television. I don't have the energy, time, or patience to do what I once did. I wish there was an easier, less laborious, stressful way. Please help. Pay for it and don't worry about it. Just pay for it, right? And then if you see a cute girl, ask her out. And those two things, you're done. Done. D-U-N. Don't worry about it. Go live your life, man. Sometimes I don't have enough time to do what I barely have enough time to go motorcycle riding. I barely have enough time I want to go pick up boxing. I haven't had, it's like it's on the list. Don't have time for it. But yeah, that what you achieved is now especially now that you have a kid, that's in the past. That's in the past. And stop being short. I'm sorry, I forgot. Will you please stop being short? Why are you even wasting my time? You should be at least 6'1". What the hell are you doing 5 foot? I don't want to hear from you again until you're 6'1". Dre, $2. Cappy's so short. Cappy is too short to be an underdog or overlord. Cappy likes his women like his dogs limping. Hashtag PETA. Jeez. Dre, $2 again. Oh, I'm sorry, Nonstrap Dre. Yeah. Come on. Look on the upside, Cappy. Oh, never mind. Dre again. Mainstream media, there's a manlet crisis for women. Christoph Anon, $2. If the girl is a nasty, I tell her I'm 5'12". A nasty? What's a nasty? Till I'm 5'12". What was it? Someone was saying they say they're 6 foot tall, and most of the girls are 5'4". So when they go out, they don't care. I mean, you might as well lie. If you're going to be on the online app, yeah, I'm 5'11", I'm 6 foot, whatever. Wear your lifts. They get to wear heels and all that other stuff. All right, that's it. If you're wondering about your statistical chances with women, get the book linked below. The Book of Numbers, Analyzing ROI in the Pursuit of Women. And we'll see you guys later. Toodles.